And my overall strategy was to hire companies in their trades to do the work that I was telling them to do. So I took on the role of the general contractor. I built it as an owner builder, and I hired the companies to do the work that I told them to do, which is basically what a general contractor does. You pay a general contractor for the knowledge that he has. When you hire a general contractor, he's taking a risk. Any good contractor usually adds a 20% cost to his initial bid. Because what if things happen? If things happen, he has to have money to fix the problem.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, let's get this show on the road.
On that one particular project, most of the time they'll add a 20% markup.
All right. All right, folks, thank you for tuning in. Let's give a synopsis of what happened today in US equity markets. As you can see, we got green lights all the way, except for the VIX, volatile at 5.93%, but everything else, especially the NASDAQ, rose up 2.34%. S&P 1.61 and Dow 1.39%. For tomorrow, things are looking good as well, kind of flat, of course, because it's early, but it's looking on the green side. So we'll maybe end in a green note for this week. Okay, so let's get it started. Okay, let's look at the quotes here. You should see more green than red, obviously. But let's look at the top and important stocks. So here's our favorito of all times, Peloton and Wayfair, which tells you this is a bunch of garbage because normally they don't move this much unless something is going down. So this will tell you at some point when it gets to, I don't know, $4 or $5 to short it. Same with Wayfair. Let's look at DraftKings. Somebody used to trade this. Okay, so on the daily here, it looks like it broke out. It broke out a little bit here, 34.42 for DraftKings. Let's see. Yeah, starting to move up. Let's see if it gets back to this area right here. And we anticipate that this will probably start picking up in the September, aka football time frame. So we'll skip MU. Beyond Meat is garbage. Carvana, glad I got rid of that. Look at how much it is, 151.85. Okay, let's look at Tesla, one of the Magnificent Seven. And you can see that sort of also kind of broke out here 2 days ago, starting to pick up. We'll look at the minute chart. But as my friend likes to say, wow, the opportunity was here abound. So basically, if you started in the pre-market and got it at the beginning of the pre-market at 7 o'clock and basically ignored it until maybe at 2 o'clock, you would have made some dinero, big time.
I made a few pesos, just a couple, like $30.
Yep. Walmart was the star of the show. Walmart had earnings today. They were talking about this, or was it yesterday?
I don't
know,
remember.
It was today. It was today. So here's the results. Earnings were positive 4.69%, and revenue was barely there, 0.45%. So, you know, they're obviously charging more or saving somewhere to make earnings. Let's look at Walmart on the daily.
But most of the money was made, and only if you held it yesterday.
So yes, so you can see here it gapped up like crazy, and then it went back down, as somebody had mentioned.
If you shorted it. at the beginning of the markets when you made all your money.
If you got it at 7 o'clock and it shot up in the air and got out, and got back in here as a short, you
Well,
made,
we could only have gotten it at 8.
yes, at 8, sorry, at 8 o'clock.
Some
So
people can get it at 7, depending on their
sorry, at 8. If
broker.
you got it at 8 and you wrote it to the end of the 9:30 and then wrote it down, you would have made your money. Somebody was trying to go against this all day, trying to prove a point, but somebody was correct all along, and it was a short.
You can say that again.
Okay, let's take a look at the other
People
ones.
be
Roku,
cray.
let's skip Roku. Let's look at Favorito Dollar Tree, just to see where it's at. Basically, this was also a short. It did basically the same thing as Walmart. So maybe this was a sympathy play on Walmart, and it shot up in the air because it didn't have really any earnings. And you can see it hit our mark here, and it rejected it very clearly, rejected that $100 mark.
Can we see
And
the daily and the grande? Because that would have been a good short till it gets to 80.
there's that 99.90 100 rejected right off. We can even see the line. It got to the 100, boom, and slammed down. Just the perfect rejection. We had marked it here, so it went down all day basically. Well, till 11 o'clock, and then it just was flat.
Man,
Nikete. I made a few pesos on this yesterday or whatever. Basically it just went down. It was kind of choppy if you ask me, but it was more on a long, but I got out of it.
it went back to the price that it went up to in the post market yesterday. So if you stayed in it, you got to that price again.
Here's Boeing. It looks like a little breakout as well, but we don't trust it. Leanna likes the
Can I
price at
see it grande a little bit? And I'll
161.
scrunch that. I just want to see. I want to see some time, if you don't mind. Yes. So, do I have anything other than 160?
You have it once. You may have it somewhere else. You may have had
That's why I
mentioned
wanted
it.
you to scrunch it. Is that the best price? We're going back to the 20.
Oh, right here. So this price right here,
Okay.
120 or so.
That's my buy price for this caca.
The 125. I think we may have put a notification, but I'm not sure. I'll put another one again.
130.
See what happens.
Geez, the Musco's been buying it like crazy.
Okay, so that's that. Dickies. It might have been a sympathy play also with.
Did you freeze? Did you freeze, Miss Munoz? Okay, so I guess I should try to keep talking so we won't have dead air. It seems like Miss Munoz was saying this. Oh, somebody's calling me. I wonder who's calling me. Of course, it's Miss Munoz. So
I got the blue screen of death or something in this computer.
dun 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 dun. Oh, now it cuts out. All right, let me put my screen on, and I will try to continue, and you will attempt to get back on if you can.
Yes.
All right. All right, so let me do a share, and I'm gonna call it. Okay, I'll wait for you to get on.
I got a blue screen and it's like, I'm doing an update.
Jesus.
Yeah, the kids, I guess, find this to death.
This is what happens when you deal with Nino's PCs or laptops. If you want, you can listen while I talk.
Yes, that's what I'm doing.
Alright. So people, someone has some technical difficulties, so I'm going to continue. And obviously, I don't do things the way Miss Munio does, but hey, we will get her done, as they say. So I'm still shorting my Mickey D's. I got out of what is this? 100 out of 300 shares. And it's mainly because I could have took the $30 loss. But I was just being stupid and wanted to wait and get out in the what do you call this thing? The post market, thinking it would come down like a sieve, like rainfall, and it didn't. And then I forgot about my 8 p.m. cutoff. And so I'm stuck in this. But I'm okay with it because I do think it will come down a little bit in the morning and I can get out in the pre-market. So I'm okay with that. And then Meta, someone, aka myself, thinks that it's a quick short for tomorrow because of something I saw on the 60-minute chart. And someone is kind of like, something please. And so I'm just like, all right, we'll see. So now we are going to look at this. Did you start with the up or the down? Okay. We'll go with the up. So
The green first.
so today was an up day. But I think it's very like it's not, the devil is in the details. For instance, P-Town went up like nearly 12%. But 12% for P-Town is like 25 cents basically. Which is what it went up. And 25, 30 cents, but it's really like 25 cents. It did good. You would have had to have like 1,000 or more shares to make anything. So it's just up to you. All I can say is, you know what? I like this as a short, and I've been telling people if this gets close to 4. So put this on the notes, Miss Munoz, as a watch for potential short. Maybe not tomorrow, but if it goes up like this, another like 11-12%, I will probably short it for Monday or something like that, because
Maybe
it's
Tuesday.
yeah, whatever it is. What's Monday?
Mondays is Mondays.
Oh, okay, so short it for Monday or Tuesday because I was saying if it goes up tomorrow, short it for Monday. Because it's at 327 and it could be 350. And maybe it will get close to 4, maybe it won't, but it didn't get to 4 the last time. It basically got to 360, 365. So I would just be prepared to short this. So we'll put this on short watch anywhere between 350 and I'll say 4, but it's really more like 350. Tesla, we looked at that. Walmart, I think we looked at Walmart, right? It gapped up today. Most of the gap up was from the pre-market. So Walmart, Macy's is still holding strong around $17. It came up today too. A lot of these retail, I think it was sympathy play with Walmart. This did the same thing that Walmart did. It gapped up. Like freaking it had closed at 16. It basically gapped up almost to like 17. And then it went up a little bit, but it was just back and forth between 16, 17, 70 and like 16.95. But you would have made your money if you held it from overnight. Hood did very good, over 5.5%. I have a soft spot for Hood. It gapped up, did something similar to Walmart. Not sure how this is a sympathy play with Walmart. But the one thing Hood did do that's different here, if you look at the chart, Hood gapped up in the pre-market, but then it kept going up once the market opened, and it was an upside down U, and it came back down to where it had opened at the end of the day. So Hood was a little bit better. At least if you came in when it opened, you could have got some money, a little bit over 50 cents a share. But that's a pretty good price. Roku, we don't really trade, even though it was 5.5. Dollar Tree, this is one right here. Put this on the list to short, Elisa. I wish it would. It got up to freaking 100 today. Oh my God, $100.66. That was a definite short, like crazy short, and I want to watch it. If it even gets close to that 100, I would short it like crazy. I would short it before then. Nike is showing that Nike's on hard to buy. Probably makes sense because it jumped up so quickly. I don't know with Nike, honestly. In my mind, now I feel that Nike would have been, if it would have been a big mistake for me. It would have been something like Sam or the Zoom shares that I bought, that I would have went all in with it when it was like freaking, I don't know, 75 to 80 or whatever. Let's say I was smart and I didn't get it at 80, I got it at 75, even though it went down to 70. Yes, it looks like it has broken out if you look at the chart. But I feel, I don't know, when something is that weak and it just diddles in the middle for literally like from the time it gapped down July 1st all the way to like the past, let's say 3 days ago, up until 3 days or so ago, it has just been terrible. And I think there's other factors that are bringing it down, because normally this would have been a wonderful, wonderful buy. But like I said, we may look at this as a short. So Elisa, put Nike as a short watch, because I don't know if it's strong enough to fill that gap, because it's been acting cray-cray. And when you see a stock that just, even if it's a good stock, if you like it, then go with it long. Just put it in your long-term capacity and forget about it. But it's been really weak to me. AMD, it was nice today. But I like NVIDIA better because I trade that more. But AMD was up 4.5%. And let's see, how do we look on minute chart? And it went up in a pre-market, but then it went up the rest of the day too, and it didn't come back down. So it's one of those traditional curves that over time it just keeps going up. So you made money in this. All you had to do is go long and don't do anything else. Get out at the end of the day. And that's if you're day trading. Today, Amazon, same thing. You just had to go long, and you could have got out anytime, but you could have just waited till the end of the day. Amazon did gap up in the pre-market, but you had a chance to make money after the market opened. Target over 4%. Yep, Target looks like Walmart. So it's another sympathy play, Walmart. I would think that put this on the list, Elisa. We closed at Target closed at about 141.55. I would think Target would come back down because it's a sympathy play with Walmart. So and Walmart was relatively weak today. It didn't keep going up. So I like a short for Target tomorrow. So that should go on the list. Intel has been doing terrible. It's been over 4%. It kind of came up in the middle of the day, like you would think. But I'm really not interested in it other than a long play. If it goes back down to 20 or close to 20, right now it's 20.75. But if it goes down to $20 a share, I'll get some. I did get some in my cash account for long term, but I don't have that much money available in my cash account. So I need to start putting more money in for plays like this where I'm gonna hold it for a year or more, or at least 6 months. But I definitely really like Intel for a long term. They got some bad news, but they're not going anywhere. Caro, aka Avis. This is basically porqueria, so and it should keep going down. It had a bounce up today. I could see this as gapping down. But the reason I don't like trading this, even though I really want to, is that the volume is never consistently over 1 million. It's usually 300 to 600,000. So you can get manipulated very easily.
In addition to that, the bid and ask have extremely discrepancy.
AKA for those people who like to buy contracts. I'm just talking about options, but if you like to buy contracts, that's another bad thing.
Yeah, but not even if you don't buy contracts, between the bid and the ask, when you're trying to buy a stock, it shouldn't be like the difference is very wide.
Yeah, but if you know the price you want to buy it at, then it doesn't matter. You're just gonna set for that price and keep it there.
Yeah, but that makes a difference if you're trying to sell.
Oh yeah, but you know that this is going down, so you're just gonna wait until it gets to like freaking whatever under 100 again, or let's say you're gonna buy it over 100 and sell it at 80 or whatever. This thing is going nowhere but down. The fact that it has volume that's kind of like under 1 million, all it does is it jerks the it jerks the value. Like it will stay at a value for a long time and then it will just jump down. So it's kind of like Walmart. Even though Walmart trades over 1 million, Walmart still trades the same way, in that you have people holding it up, and then eventually in one day it'll just drop $20. And to me, that's yes, if you have an option, it sucks, especially if you have an option that's gonna close early. But if you're just buying this and just gonna wait until it like dies and you have the time to let it wait, hey, eventually it's not gonna die like over like 3 months and just drip, drip, drip. It's gonna do nothing, 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 and then 2 days just boom, crash. So it depends on how you do it. But if you're buying it to short it, I don't think it really matters. But if you're buying, I think stocks, I think, yeah, because you're on the timetable. But the only reason you get into this is it's gonna crash and you're gonna just short it. Unless they play that game where they, what do you call that, Lisa? When they fake it going up. Squeeze it. So, that's the only thing you have to be careful about here. But this is kind of a too expensive stock for them to be doing that, I think. Let's see. What is this other thing? American Airlines. It was up today. It was kind of like a little bit all over the place. It looked like a Tesla stock to me. It came up in the pre-market like everything else. And then the first, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes, it went up. Then it went all the way down again. And then it kind of went up a little bit and just diddled in the middle. I don't know what to say about this. Overall, it had a good day, nearly 4%. So I'm not gonna talk bad about it. But at the end of the day, almost 4%, and it's only at like $10.11. So obviously, if we had got it at 9.80, it would have been better. But we didn't have it, and that's that. And I can see that cock going down too, but I don't feel so good about it. Disney, almost 3%, $88.76. Disney was more traditional. It bumped up a little bit in the pre-market and then kind of just stepped up throughout the day. Disney has issues, so just gonna leave that caca alone. If you like it though, it's a good time to buy it. 2-3 days ago was a really good time. It got down to 88 and it got as low as 84 and change. I'm just not feeling it. It reminds me of Campbell's, with more potential, because I think this will eventually break out. This is something that I would buy with my long-term account, my cash account. EBC, $15.34. It went up nearly 2.5% today. You can already tell EBC is heading down. Do this, Elisa. If EBC pops up to 15.44 or higher, short it. Put down a notice. 15.44 or higher. I want to short. EBC does that one good day, one bad day thing. I want to see what it does. Then we have EBC. We have Meta. Meta strong as heck, even though it only did about 1.91% up today. But it's very durable, $536. I'm shorting it like a fool. Yes, like a fool. But you know, I'm a glutton for punishment. And I'm trying to get in at 540 to average in to short. But I only got 10 shares. I'm just playing games. If I want to go all in, I would have got 25 shares and then got another order for another 25 shares if I wanted to be serious with it. But 10 shares is just play. But 10 shares with Meta can F you up. So be careful, people, because this thing can move a lot. Open, 1.7% up, basically 3 pennies. It's not even worth looking at that. Mickey D's up 1.37%, basically nearly $4. I'm playing with this too. I had 300 shares. I got out of one, and I could have left this thing with $29, $30 negative subtracted from my account, but I wanted to play games and see if it would come down in the post market. And I got out of 10 shares and it didn't get out of the rest. So yeah. So it is what it is. We'll see what happens tomorrow. I'll follow up tomorrow with you guys. Softy. We know how that is. It just kind of diddled in the middle. It went slightly up depending on what time you got it. Because it was up in the in the pre-market. And if you got it after it dropped down when it opened, the market opened, it went slightly up, but not by much. And then Banco, Google. You could have shorted Google today, but I'm not gonna get into that mess. You could have shorted it in the beginning and then went long at midday and made money. Let's look at XOM here. XOM went up until like around 11:30, 12, and then it just bled down. So, but XOM's different, so usually with the market doing good today, I probably would have shorted it, which it was different. Yeah, the market was it usually does the opposite. So you can't just play exactly. That's it. We're done. Thank you. Like and subscribe. If you have any questions, send us a message and we'll get back to you. Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. And we will see you not tomorrow, but on Sunday night. We will review Sunday night. We'll review for Monday morning trading day. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace out. Ms. Munoz, anything to add to the people?
Just a review of the notes. Pecan greater than 4 short watch, Dollar Tree 100 or close to it short, Nike short, Target short, and EBC short pops up.
A 1544 or higher.
I have that.
All right, cool. Peace out, guys.
Peace.